Hello my good people, welcome back to Farm with Maxwell. So today actually I'm going to dive into a most powerful and underrated what we call crop in East African, that is called Desmodium. Whether you're raising cows, whether you're raising goats, or practice actually what we call push-pull pest crop in your maize farm, these green wonders could make a game changer to your life. What am I talking about? Let me just put the back camera so that you can see what I'm talking about. Desmodium that I'm talking about, this is the game changer in the dairy industry. You can see we have a lot of these green Desmodium here all the way to that side. So this Desmodium actually have a lot of good characteristics because actually you can see the way they are just growing. The way they are growing, they have what we call botanical features. Yeah, they are just creeping and climbing nature. You can see the way they are clipping. Yeah, from the ground here you can see the way they are clipping and climbing nature, and you can see their leaf size. Yeah, they have leaf shape, color, and the size is very actually enticing. And when you get these things have flowers, most of them they can get they're having blue flowers. You can see like these ones, they are having blue flowers. Some of them you get purple of them, and this type of feed is actually adapted to tropical and subtropical. So that means when they grow in this manner, so that means their soil preference and climatic tolerance. Yeah, you can see the way they are binding the soil together, so that means they are very beneficial to the soil and a lot of things. And they are even shade tolerance, so that means they are great for intercropping, because there is a video that I did where I shown you how they have been mixed with napier grass. That is what we call intercropping. Yeah, you can intercrop with other things. You can see here that it has been intercropped with the cassava. Then we can see there we have some bananas intercropped with this Desmodium. So they do very well in terms of nutrition. It has a very high protein content, around 16 to 25%, and very good in terms of digestibility. Energy levels, you can't even say about that, because its total digestibility nutrients are very high, and it has a lot of fiber content comparison with something like Napier, Lucerne, and Coriander that I told you in the other video, and we looked at it. And it's very ideal for actually to give dairy animals, beef, goats, rabbit. Yeah, for those who are keeping rabbits, you have to be keeping this one. Yeah, so that actually it does very well for rabbits. And when we talk about the benefit of these fodder here, one of the benefits for livestock, I'll start with the livestock. This fodder that is on my background here is about actually it boosts milk production because of its high protein content. Yeah, it boosts production. Another thing that it does, actually it does what we call promotes weight gain. So that means when it converts somebody body to gain weight very rapidly, because this is basically protein, and being a protein, it has those significances of like that, adding that, and is highly palatable. When I'm talking about palatability, I'm talking about the way it can be chewed by the animal. Yeah, it can be chewed very excellent. When we talked about how it does fix something about the soil, this is a nitrogen fix, because I told you this is a legume. So because it is a legume, so that means it fixes nitrogen to the soil, so that means it increases fertility rate. So that's why a lot of people are encouraging people to mix this type of crop, because actually it adds a lot of nutrients to the soil. Other thing is it improves soil fertility by fixing the nitrogen, and also suppresses weeds. Yeah, like you can see here, weed has germinated where we had these Desmodium. No weed is here, so that means it has suppressed all those weeds here. Another thing, it has push technology, so that means it repairs stem borers in maize and controls striker weed. You know what we call the striker weed? They really disturb maize plantation. Striker weed, it comes up with flowers that are almost purplish in color. So this one actually it suppresses those striga weeds, so that is very efficient. Yeah. So another things about it attracts beneficial insect like the bees. You can see it has very good flowers, purple and bluish. You can see some bluish and purple. When you want to plant this one, you can just do what we call propagation method, where you can get some seeds, plant it, or you can get some cuttings, especially the creeping type like these ones. Yeah, you just get a portion that has been on the ground like this one on the ground, then you go plant it. With that, you will be having a lot of it will grow. When you want to prepare land for this, just do what we call well tilled and weed free land from the beginning. Yeah? You have to do weeding when you are starting this thing, but thereafter you won't be doing that weeding because they will suppress all the weeds. Then about spacing, just place them in a row, maybe 30 centimeter apart, and you can even do what we call broadcast method for soil cover. Yeah, you just broadcast for soil cover, and you can intercrop with maybe maize, napier, trees. So that means the advantage of, some people say that it will deprive nutrients from the maize. Yeah? Remember, I've just told you that this is a nitrogen fixing plant, so that means it won't deprive any nitrogen from these other plants that we have here. So actually it helps those other plants become nitrogen, so it makes them grow very well. Yeah? In terms of management, you have to do what is called weeding. Yeah, when they are young, then you just add fertilizer or manure so that they can thrive well, and even control. You see, like this one, you can get that some of the pests and diseases can be harbored inside here. So just do what we call you just put some pesticide so that to control those pests, and you can just do what we call pruning to encourage bushy growth. Pruning is just the way you just cut here. Once you cut, for, let's say from this section here, it will now propagate sideways, so that means it will be many. And when there is dry season management, this crop is very tolerant to that drought. And when harvesting, yeah, first harvest, you have to do it in the around 4 months, where first month after 4 months after planting. Then the continuous cutting, yeah, you have to cut around 10 centimeter from the ground so that you can leave a space for them to propagate again. You can see like these ones were not cut really down, but to some level, so that they can grow again. And you can even preserve these, like you can mix this one and make something like we call hay. Some people can mix it and they will get that they're making silage with it. Some of them feed these methods for, maybe they just feed them directly to animals, which is very nutritious. So what is this Desmodium in push and pull farming? Yeah, so I'll just tell you about maybe something like a layout, so that in maize or sorghum, in the center you can just put them maybe the center of just maize and sorghum, and Desmodium as an intercrop. Yeah, you just intercrop them because they will suppress the weeds there, so that they can thrive, so that these maize won't be affected in any way. Even the napier, I have a clip where I showed you how they have been intermixed, so that we can really appreciate about this type of crop. Yeah, so challenges about this fodder is about poor germination if not inoculated, so that one of it. Another thing is about when you have what we call water logging. Yeah, most of it gets the damage. Yeah? You can see even here where there is a little soaking, you can see some brown things. So that means once water is here, it can give you a lot of losses. Yeah, unlimited seed, getting seed for these things is not an easy thing. Yeah, it's not an easy joke. So you have to get certified seed sources, so as especially for the community cooperatives. Yeah, then they can thrive very well. Yeah, I have a lot of people who have ventured to something of sort like this. Now they're just harvesting a lot of fortune from these Desmodium. So like me, I usually tell people one of the best crop to grow is just something like Desmodium, because of the nitrogen levels in it. Yeah, once you feed them to the animal, they look very well, they thrive very well, and I usually encourage people. This is what I was talking. Yeah? This is what we call intercropping. This is Desmodium, this is napier, so it has been intercropped here. Then this is Brucherium. If you have ever heard of something called Brucherium, it is this. This is a Brucherium. This is a Brucherium. That is the super napier there. So we have a wide range of crops here. This is Lucerne, yeah? Some people call Lucerne alfalfa. So this is the Lucerne. So have a look at the Lucerne. It has been intercropped here with a super napier and some panicum. Yeah. Yes. That's enough for today. Let us dive another day so that we can discuss about this fodder, so that we can really appreciate about what is happening here. Remember, I'm in a village setup. I'm just passing through the shambas. Yeah. Thank you for now. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, so that we can learn and learn. Goodbye for now. Till we meet again. Goodbye.